The Jon Stewart bit.
He went crazy. I mean, what?
I love Jon Stewart.
I mean,
that was amazing.
That surprised me a little bit because he's usually, he's a comedian, but he's usually kind of modulated here.
Well, Jon Stewart, a lot of people forget, when he was on The Daily Show, was honest and balanced. He's very left wing leaning, as am I, but he is very honest.
I didn't know you were left-wing leaning.
I'm 100% left-wing. I get labeled that way because of my position on guns and some of the things, but I'm very pro-choice. I'm very women's rights, civil rights, gay rights, trans rights. I'm even universal health care, universal basic income. I think we're going to come to a point in time where I think Andrew Yang has some really good points about automation and elimination of jobs. And I also think that we should take into consideration, like, where do our tax dollars go? And if people just had their basic needs met, would that give them more of an opportunity to pursue innovation and creativity and other goals? Or would that, with a negative perspective, would that encourage people to be lazy? I mean, I think it's something to be considered, like whether or not people who are ambitious would always be ambitious. I don't know. I think there's a certain amount of discussion to be had about all these topics, but my parents were hippies. I grew up I lived in San Francisco from age 7 to 11 during the Vietnam War. And the hippies were... that's like a formative period of my youth, and I'm always going to be open to anyone's choices. I want people to live their life as genuinely and authentically as they feel represents who they really are. That's why I'm left-leaning.
Yeah.
And that's why I've never voted for a Republican ever.
So that's... hopefully that will disabuse you of that stupid propaganda smear that people throw at Joe Rogan.
Friends. I'd rather talk to my friends.
Yeah, I know. I get a boner.
I like Tulsi and I like Bernie. That's it.
Oh, yeah?
Everybody else can eat shit.
Look at you, fucking progressive.
Yeah. Well, I've always been. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Everyone says you're a right-winger.
They're out of their fucking mind. I've never voted right-wing in my life.
Really?
Never. I voted Democrat except for independent. I voted for Gary Johnson because he did my podcast.
People don't realize how powerful.
I'm not right wing at all.
Oh, okay.
No,
that's wild.
No, there's nothing about me that's right wing.
You kill your own food.
That's it. Well, that's crazy. The 95+% of the population of the planet eats meat. I just happen to kill my own. Yeah, that's it.
So
it's not like 95% of the population is right wing because they kill their own food. I think there's a lot of right wing like family values and things like that I admire. I think. But when it gets to homophobia, when it gets to women's rights, that's where I break, right? I'm 100% in favor of women's rights, 100% in favor of gay rights, gay marriage. I'm a big proponent of there's got to be some new action taken to clean up a lot of these crime-ridden communities. And the idea that we can spend all this money overseas, but we can't spend money on Flint, Michigan, or Detroit, or the south side of Chicago, that to me is insane. That doesn't make any sense. And this idea that we're all on the same starting page is so fucking stupid, too. That is a very non-right-wing way of looking at it, because everybody's like, you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. There's a lot of people that came out of bad neighborhoods, but they didn't fucking cry, woe is me. They just went out there and they kicked ass. That's nonsense. You have no idea what it's like to grow up in a crime-ridden, poverty-infested, drug-addled neighborhood. You don't know what that's like, and we should make it so that no one knows what that's like. If we want America better, the best way to start is to clean up all the spots that suck and make people that are coming out of there have a real chance at making something out of their life. Don't have it so that they're starting out from the time they're a child with a massive deficit.
Boy, that's what a crazy right-wing Nazi that guy sounds like, huh? Boy, I was afraid he was about to ask me for my papers. There's the guy everybody calls a right-wing crazy. They're 100% wrong about it. And now you know, if they can make you think that a Nobel Prize-winning medicine is horse poison, they can make you think he's a crazy right-winger. They can make you think the president's not demented. That's the power of propaganda. And he's a big problem for them. And if anybody becomes a problem for the establishment, what do they immediately do? They immediately smear him as a white supremacist, a racist, a fringe guy. And what I wonder what else they're going to. But because that's what they did to me. That's what they did to him. That's what they do to anybody and everybody who gets to their left.